Ukraine's war against Russia's energy backbone is intensifying. Waves of long-range drones have struck oil refineries, pumping stations, and processing plants across Russia's industrial heartland. From Salavat in Bashkortostan to Novorossiysk on the Black Sea, Moscow's fuel infrastructure has become a battlefield. Satellite images show black plumes rising over damaged refineries. The Financial Times reports that 16 of Russia's 38 refineries have been hit since August, forcing shutdowns and disrupting production. As Kyiv escalates its energy warfare, Moscow is responding with its own weapon, fuel exports. The Kremlin has moved to protect its domestic market by tightening fuel policy. According to Reuters, Russia will impose a partial ban on diesel exports and extend its gasoline export ban until the end of 2025. Officials say the measures are necessary to stabilize supplies after repeated refinery attacks. Regional leaders in Crimea and the Far East have reported fuel shortages, with filling stations rationing gasoline. For Moscow, the priority is clear: keep citizens supplied, even if that means curbing exports once worth billions to the state. Ukraine's drone campaign is visibly eroding Russia's refining system. Diesel production still runs a surplus, but gasoline output now barely matches domestic demand. That strain has forced Moscow into defensive measures that shield its own market while tightening global supplies. The ripple effects are felt far beyond Russia. Europe, despite sanctions, still relies on refined products, either imported directly or through re-export routes via third countries. Any disruption in Russian flows pushes global diesel prices higher, forcing European buyers to compete for scarce alternatives. The Financial Times notes that diesel's premium has surged to 25 to 30 per barrel over crude, underscoring the severity of the squeeze. For Europe, the consequences are not just economic, they are political. Diesel is the lifeblood of transport, agriculture, and logistics. Rising costs mean higher prices for moving goods, planting crops, and powering industries. That inflationary pressure risks reigniting public anger in countries already facing political headwinds. In Berlin, Paris, and Rome, leaders fear inflation could return just as elections and protests test their grip on power. In Eastern Europe, the debate is sharper. Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico has warned that energy restrictions risk undermining his country's economy. Hungary, too, has resisted tougher measures against Moscow. A worsening diesel shortage could deepen these divisions, testing Europe's fragile unity. The larger danger is fragmentation. Energy has been the glue of Europe's sanctions strategy, but soaring prices may push governments to prioritize national stability over collective action. Analysts warn that the Kremlin sees this as opportunity, betting that as winter nears, energy leverage will erode European resolve. Yet diesel may only be the prelude. Natural gas remains Moscow's most potent lever. Unlike oil, gas cannot be easily redirected eastward. Pipelines, LNG terminals, and storage gaps leave Europe more vulnerable to disruption. The United States has boosted LNG exports, but shortfalls persist. Analysts caution that a severe gas squeeze could reopen the wounds of the 2022 energy crisis. If Moscow escalates from limiting diesel exports to tightening the gas tap, Europe may face its toughest energy winter since the war began.